the train. As soon as I I press record, film record. Every time for me, for my reality, the programming I have with trains, come across trains passing my path, crossing my path, passing through. It usually for me means I'm always on track, but we're always on track. Even if we feel we're off track, we're always on track. You are always where you need to be in your journey of life. But personally, I always lived near the train tracks. As I grew up, my home was like literally right there, like almost across the street from the train. Actually, it brought me comfort, I guess, because I got used to it. Energy shift like crazy. Last night, I personally was going through a dark night of the soul. A lot of old triggers were coming up. Me learning to be aware and not go with those triggers, no matter how intense they were. To learn to balance myself, ground myself, rest, sleep. Get back into grounding myself, balancing my energy. I think for me, I was kind of just thinking like more. I thought I got rid of this energy. I was doing really good. But I understood what triggered it right now. I'm finally, I think, still purging, releasing, shedding these old aspects of me that, especially that were dark, that came from a dark place, especially my upbringing, the attachment, the entity attachment, the energy that was attached to the trauma. And me realizing that, like, I know what you're doing, because my manifestations are finally appearing in the 3D reality. And to be honest, it's been an amazing ride since November. But at the same time, I've seen how darkness, it's doing its best to hold on. But it can't hold on anymore. That's the beautiful part of this energetic shift. It can't. The frequency of the field of your heart, especially if you're coming across me, you're somebody that's been working on yourself. You've been going more inwards, changing things about yourself, habits, letting go codependency stuff. That could be people, places, things, doesn't matter. Even a way of thinking. Maybe you used to worry more and have anxiety and think more in the negative spectrum. Now you're starting to realize, like, I need to do my best to discipline myself, to shift my energy into what I prefer, because you're always co-creating. And I know you're the creator of your reality. But the shift is so big. Ooh. And I'm so grateful just for everything, even for all the experiences that I have experienced, even the dark experiences. I've been reflecting a lot. My story in itself, even your story, it's powerful, it's beautiful, it's meant to be shared. And that I'm saying that for a reason, for you, for me. My story too, I know that when you look at me, when people look at me, they have no idea what I've been through, what my children have been through. They do not know what depths of darkness we used to vibrate at, especially my past. And consciously, I became conscious that I wanted to shift my reality a long time ago, more than 10 years ago, like in 2012, 2007. 2007, I started learning like meditation, because I was already clairvoyant, which I never even knew what that word even meant, or what these other psychic terms were. You know, I had no idea what the hell was up with me. I knew we're beyond this physical reality, but I never deep dived into spirituality per se, or like tarot, or just energy, or really learning to open myself up more. So in 2007, I started really diving into meditation, which scared me because I was already seeing things because of my sight, like shadow people. I saw a lot of attachments on people too, especially dark attachments, which it made sense because, especially from my upbringing, the people that were part of my life, they had dark attachments on them. So it made sense on why they were a certain way or always been a certain way. And so I understood things from, I think as a kid, always from a higher perspective in a weird way. I just wasn't aware of all that. Always told to be quiet, even if I talked about something that was very out, not normal. For instance, I remember I astral projected during a surgery. I remember I was like 11 years old, and I remember seeing myself out like on a third eye view kind of thing. I was floating above me, and I was sedated, and the doctors were all working on my foot. And I remember I told my mom, I was telling her, like, because I was freaked out and at the same time amazed at what I was experiencing or had experienced. And my mom told me to be quiet, not to be talking like that, especially when the doctor comes in. Don't be saying things like that. She always was like that with me. Don't say things like that. And you know, I don't know. I just knew within myself that there was more to this reality itself. And this shift is so big. It is so huge. It's the shedding of the skin that's happening right now. And think about your past, but congratulate your past, even the dark parts of it, because it made you who you are right now, which is someone that's awake, aware, who's learned their lessons, especially about love, especially about loving yourself, pouring into yourself. And I don't mean that in an egotistic way, by material and buying yourself all these nice things because it makes you feel better, successful, people look at you. No, that's all ego programming. When you dive into yourself and you're giving love to yourself, to that inner child, and healing, you're learning to set boundaries with energies that never probably ever served you. They were just darker, low vibrational attachments. Especially if you've gone through some stuff, you know, in this incarnation through childhood. But at the same time, we carry a lot of shit over. You're coming across me, you're the generational curse breaker. You're the one that's carrying everybody's trauma, from your ancestors to the future to everything in between is in your DNA lineage. I was all in the flow. My neighbor was there. But we carry a lot of stuff over, and you're the one that's breaking generational curses. You're the one that's shifting everything. And by working on yourself, by diving into yourself, going within, because you could read all the books, you could be as smart as hell and know all kinds of stuff, and there's beautiful humans that are out there that know so much stuff, even languages, and I'm so amazed at it. But they're still searching outside of themselves for the meaning to life, and really all the answers that you're seeking, they're all inside of you. They're all within you. And I'm so grateful to be here in this time, because so many humans are